Hello! Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm gonna move my stuff around. I should have done that before I hit live. Oh, I can't sit down for long anymore, so my legs are doing their restless thing. So I'm gonna stand, and I haven't stood in a training in a long time. I am the size of everything, so I'm gonna look really big, but that's okay. Hi y'all, I am Amy. I'm the leader of Waxners, if y'all know who I am. This is going on YouTube, so I do want to introduce myself. Hey y'all. I am going to try to keep this one kind of short because I get out of breath really quickly. I get really winded really quickly. I talk a lot and I squirrel a lot, so I have my notes. So let's see how we do this. Let's see if I do pretty okay without squirreling. So I want to talk today about recruiting. If you're watching this like later, this is March of 2023. We have a joint special. We've got a lot going on. There's a lot of changes and shifts, not only in my life, but with Cincy. So I'm just kind of like, let me just set that up for you right away. If you're watching this later, I'm probably not pregnant anymore. And yeah, so I just want to make sure I say that because I like to go back and watch old trainings because if I feel like I need to revamp something, I love going back and watching old trainings. So one of the things that we talk about a lot, if you are, I'm going to throw out some Chloe tips in here too. If y'all don't know this, I'm part of, I am a leader within Anchored Sense. So Chloe Cox is my superstar director. And this is the 3 legs of success. If you are ready to recruit people, this is for you. If you're recruiting people now, this is for you. If you are a leader who has lost a good bit of team members, this is for you. Hopefully, I'm hoping that this is helpful. So I want to make sure that I like really start this segue in because I don't want this to come. This is a really, I've really thought this out, y'all, and I took a lot of notes. So, there's going to be some opinions that you might not agree on. There might be some things I say that you're like, I don't want to do that. That's okay. This might not be for you. This is for me, myself, my husband and I have been having conversations lately. Y'all, I'm emotional. I'm pregnant. I literally cry on him all the freaking time. Like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, it's okay. Let's talk about it. So we've had this conversation over the last week and a half to 2 weeks. And I'm really trying. So this is my experience and how I want to change and shift. So again, I am not telling you not to recruit because Lord have mercy. I love recruiting. I love getting new teammates. I love call it anything you want to. Blessing, recruiting, sponsoring, however you want to call it. You don't have to call it recruiting. This is my experience. I joined in 2019, September of 2019. And when I joined because I just wanted to be able to pay my student loan payment without it coming out of our household budget, which was great. And with my first paycheck was like, whoa, that more than covers that. That covers a car payment too. What the fart? And then a few months kind of goes by and it kind of sat for just a little bit. There's gonna be months that you might be like, it's okay, don't panic. Reach out to me if you have those months, don't panic. Because I panicked, don't panic. And then COVID hit and the whole world shut down and I panicked again. I was like, I don't know how to do this. And my team flourished. I can't tell you how many people popped onto our team within like a 4-month time frame. We had like 20 people. So I want to say it was actually more than that at the time. And I was a newbie. I knew, and I say newbie, but it's how you run it. So 6 months in is when that kind of happened. So I've been here for a few years. And so this is my experience. Again, trying not to squirrel on you guys. So this is not me saying don't recruit your peeps. I'm putting that out there like 60 times because I don't want somebody to come back to me and be like, what do you mean? Hear me out. I am talking to the leaders who have lost a numerous amount of teammates in the last couple of months. I'm talking about your high salespeople. And that is because everybody's life shifts and changes. Not everybody wants to quit their full-time job. Not everybody wants Scentsy to be this high income producing business. So that's kind of why I really want to, we have these concepts. I'm friends with leaders. I'm in pages with leaders. I'm in chats with leaders. We're always talking. And one of the things that I hear all the time is why don't they want it like I want it? I'm one of those leaders. Why don't they want it like I want it? Like, what the snaps? Because they don't want it like that. Because that's not what they see Scentsy for. And that's okay. That's okay. That's kind of what this is about. Hey, Brittany. Hey, girlfriend. I have a coaching call at 10, so I can't be on here forever. So with that being said, I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys. I have lost on the 1st of March. We are in March. God, I can't believe we're in March. She's due too. We're due April 25th, but we're growing 3 weeks ahead. So I'm like, oh gosh, we're going to have a baby in a few weeks. March 1st, I got my email. You have inherited new downline. And I was like, oh gosh. And then I did my reports. I checked everything out. If you don't know how to run reports, there's all kinds of trainings that floating around. But there's a reporting tab. My performance gets you most of those reports. And I lost 6 people on the 1st, 6 people. And I was like, why didn't I know this? I need to do better about this. Yes, I'm laughing at myself. So I went in and I was like, oh, I need to run that report to figure out who the fart's going to drop off April 1st. Because I need my team. And I ran the report and I looked at it. 8 people are going to drop off April 1st. They all joined a year ago on the $25 special. All 8 of them. None of them got active. And I was like, wow, okay. So as a sponsor and a leader, 2 different things. If you're a sponsor, then you are a leader, obviously. But you may not sponsor all the people under you. But as a leader, it's still our responsibility to pop in and say, hey, I'm so excited you're here. Let me introduce myself. I may get other leaders that say, no, it's not. That's okay. That's okay. That's my responsibility in my business. We all run our businesses totally different. Y'all, it's okay. Don't come at me and tell me that I'm wrong. This is just how I feel like I need to run my business. How I need to change things. I'm literally about to have a whole life change. And I'm like, I need to change so many things. So, my husband and I were talking about this last week. And he was like, well, what is your basic way of recruiting? Like, what's your basic way? Or who has been on your team but has left? So my biggest, I'm going to talk about something else, then I'm going to come back to that. I'm trying not to squirrel. So what my husband does is his job. At his job, my husband also recruits, but he recruits for sales. He is not he's not a recruiter in HR. That's kind of the most comparable probably for what we want to talk about with recruiting. But he recruits for sales. So he works for Heavy Machinery. He works for a family-owned company locally to us. I don't mind telling y'all he works in Charlotte. We're in a suburb outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. SFR's here this year. So with that being said, he floats around Charlotte and goes to not the competitors necessarily. So he works for a forklift company. So he's selling forklifts and he's selling parts. And I don't know, Aaron does all the things, y'all. I listen to Aaron over here talk about margins and numbers and all the things. And I'm like, you do that. So we talked about it one day and he was like, I mean, if you think about it, I kind of do the same thing. You do events, you do online parties, you do basket parties, you're recruiting sales. it comes across like you're only recruiting the people partying to join. And so when he asked me what's your kind of basic layout, kind of like that. Form a relationship, ask them to party, ask them to join. That's the basic. I probably should do it this way. That was backwards. But he was like, are we looking at it the right way? Are we looking at it the right way? And I was like, I don't know. So he gave me another example. My little brother, who's not little, but my little brother owns a towing business here in Charlotte. But he floats around. He floats around all the areas of Charlotte. We share Cardinal Towing all the time. If their marketing person pops up a post or a picture or something, we share it. And Aaron's like, we share it, but we don't want to become tow truck drivers. And I was like, yeah. I was like, no, I don't want to become a tow truck driver. I don't want to become his admin either. He was like, right, but we're still sharing it because we love him and we support him and we want him to see that we're sharing his business and going somewhere. So, look back at all the people that you have sponsored who have kind of fluttered off. Just look back on it. Look back at who you've lost this month and who you're about to lose. I've got my notes and I can't read them from here, y'all. Okay. So, and the reason why I'm saying that is because how many people did we recruit or have joined Scentsy? I don't want to step on toes. I'm trying so hard not to step on toes, but how many of them were friends? Heck yeah, I want to work with my best friend. Duh. Shoot, one of my best friends I met at work. I met her at work. Several of my teammates I used to work with when I worked my other full-time job. How many of them were sharing like, oh my gosh, I got all this glitter from Amy. I got all this stuff from Amy. I'm going to use myself. And they loved you. Yes, they love Scentsy. They love the smelly goods, but they love your customer service and they love you. And I'm saying this, I'm really trying not to step on toes. I am saying this because one of my people that she's local to me. She's like around the corner. I kind of felt like I pushed her to join. I really do. But I'm going to talk about her for a second because she is the perfect recruit. And I told my husband this, and this is not a negative thing. This is just a reality. She joined in January of 2022, I think. Yes, I left 2021 or 2022. I'm going to say 22 though, because she just popped off of our team. And 1st of March, let me tell you how her business went. And this is nothing against her. This is just me giving y'all reality. She joined. Before she joined, she was on my VIP. We talked like a couple of times a week. She's been to the house a couple times, like coming over and smelling all the things and looking at the catalog and chatting about kids, girls, we got girls, blah, 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 all the things. And then she joined, and I hardly ever heard from her. I would bump out and reach out to her like twice a month, like, hey, I hope everything's going great. And it wouldn't even be about Scentsy. It wouldn't even be about Scentsy. I hope things are going great. I hope that, I don't want to say names, but her daughter was, I hope her daughter's doing great. I hope her family's doing great. All the things. I saw your pet was having complications, blah, blah. How's that going? Every time it would be, I know I'm slacking with Scentsy. But that's not why I'm texting you. I'm just texting to see how you're doing. So it turned into, I have disappointed her. I'm gonna low-key ghost, like kind of squirrel away. I don't like saying ghost, but y'all know what I mean. Like, I don't like saying that she ghosted me, but I realized when she fluttered off this a couple months ago, on the 1st of March, she put in a huge order. And she posted it on my VIP. I can't wait to get this. I'm so excited. And I was like, she liked being a customer more. Now, the reason why I'm saying all of this and the reason why I'm like really, really talking about this is because it is hard to find them. It's hard to just assume that that's how someone's going to be. And it's hard to say who everybody is. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. And the reason why I say that is because when I say she was the perfect recruit, I mean, she was the perfect recruit. And I love her to pieces. And she may reinstate one day. I'm never going to just not think she's not going to be amazing at Cincy. I know she'd be amazing at Cincy. I know she would. This has nothing to do with that teammate. This has everything to do with the reality of how that went. You're going to have I've had teammates, y'all, that used to sell $1,500, $2K a month. Aren't here anymore. And I've asked why. You message your teams, you message, and you become friends. You do become friends. I have more friends in my life because of Cincy than I ever did before, which has been a whole conversation about this baby. One of the biggest conversations that my husband has about this baby is, sweetie, you're not alone, honey. Your village has grown so much. Why are you stressing about all the things? He was like, you have more people in your life now than you did when we had our 5-year-old. He was like, you're much more outgoing. You're much more interested in people. You've got more people that want to help you. So with that being said, that was scrolling a little bit. So how do you find those people? I'm going to tell you now, this is not the only way, and this isn't going to be perfect. This isn't necessarily always going to be the answer, because I don't want somebody to come back to me and say, well, Amy, I did what you said and it didn't work. It might not work for me, y'all. It might not work for me. But I really want to look at things different. I really want to help. I can't tell you how many people I've joined who I talked to on a regular, like weekly basis all the time, who put in on my local order, who loved all the things and were like, oh my God, this smells so amazing. And then they join and they never order for themselves. Getting the discount on the item is great. I love the idea of recruiting someone or getting someone to join the team so they get their discount. Absolutely. Your Cincy Club people, all your people. I don't want anyone to think, so I'm not supposed to recruit anybody. Absolutely not. If you are wanting to build leaders, I feel this is where it's got to go. I personally feel like this is something that I personally also need to do myself. So this is kind of why I'm talking. This is really mostly why I'm talking about it. I'm really repeating myself. So this is, that's my husband. Aaron and I got talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, let me think about it. Like, let me think who my high producers are. What made me think about them? What made me look into them? Or when they texted me and were like, hey girl, I want to join. Absolutely. But what singles them out? Everybody is singled out. So I don't want anybody being like, oh, so they're better than somebody else. Absolutely not. Nope. Nobody is better than anybody else in this business. We are only competitive with ourselves. You are not competitive with other people. I don't tolerate that on our team either. You're competitive with yourself. You're not competitive with somebody else. So, social media. I hated social media before I joined Cincy. I hated it. I hardly ever, I was only pretty much posting baby and kitty. My cuckoo, my little kitty cat that's gone now. Who I cry about randomly all the time. And Aaron's like, it's just a cat. I know he's just a cat, but I had him since I was 15. So, anyway, I posted Cooter was his name, I know. Cuckoo and baby, and every once in a while, a selfie of Aaron and I. Aaron hates photos. So, I probably wasn't necessarily the perfect recruit to somebody else either. But I am my sponsor's first director. Only direct. Well, I hit director, lost that title. Transparency, your title does not define your business. How you run your business is not dictated by your title. So I think back on it, but that was 3 years ago. Social media has changed so much. Aaron and I talk about this all the time. We've been married. We're in our 11th year of marriage. Hashtags did not exist when we got married at all. Social media there was no Messenger. There was no, I'm trying to remember all the other things that have changed about social media in the 10 years. But 3 years, 3 years ago, social media was totally different. Filters on Instagram didn't exist. That wasn't something, and somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong, but I don't remember using filters. I remember trying to make my life look super pretty, but I didn't know how to. So, how are they sharing on social media? You do not have to have a social media to do Scentsy, but you do have to think outside the box to share Scentsy if you don't have social media. And I say that because I would love to get off of social media, but I notice that when I'm off of social media for 2 or 3 days, I kind of disappear a little bit. And it's fine to take a break. Please take a break, y'all. Take a break. If social media is overwhelming you and it's becoming too much, take a break. But you still got to do your behind the scenes. You still got to follow up with people. You still have to talk to people. You still have to, if you've got a basket party out there, that doesn't require social media, but it does require talking to your host. So, squirrel, whole other subject. If it is just them sharing their family, they might not be the best recruit for a leader. As a leader, please hear me out on that. I don't want anybody coming on here and saying, so I don't need to recruit them. No. If they love Scentsy and they want to get the discount on it and they've got a good cluster of people that are going to support their business, yes, support them and or ask them and recruit them. But I'm just saying that when you're starting to train and starting to do your coaching calls, you got to start checking out the things that they're doing because you want to point it out to them. I'm this leader. I'm this leader, man. I don't have a lot of leaders on me right now. I don't know. But I've learned this. If they're just sharing stuff about their family and it's posed pictures and cutesy little things, which we're cutesy too. Aaron and I are cutesy. He's on here right now. He's probably like, no, we're not. But I need to make sure I'm not squirreling too much. Okay, think of what they're doing. So I've learned that, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to find where I was. Okay, I have learned that if it's more of a friend / someone who wants to support you, typically the just family person that's buying from you and loving on stuff and liking your stuff on VIP, they're more friend oriented. They're more family oriented. So they want to support you because they want to support your business. Like I said earlier, do they love you or do they love Scentsy? I take it as a compliment when somebody says that they get excited and they're like, oh my God, I love my Scentsy so much. But when you drop off that cutesy basket that's all put together, and of course mine, I dropped mine off yesterday. I wish I had kept it for a second, but I dropped it off, which you're supposed to drop stuff off. Don't hold on to stuff just because you want to train with it. That one's not put together. I'd show you. If you drop off cutesy stuff to them, of course they're going to love it. Of course they're going to love it. Do they love what you did with it? I can't tell you how many customers or how many, I call them clients, y'all. I actually call them, so it's going to be like, oh gosh. I actually call them lovers. Like, hello lover, like how Carrie Bradshaw does with her shoes. That's how I feel like people look at Scentsy, like, oh, hello lover, when they look at a warmer. So, your people. I can't tell you how many people I have that know 6 or 7 Scentsy consultants, but they come back to me because they love how I put it together. Well, I take a lot of pride in that. I put a lot of stuff together. So that's one thing to kind of think about. The other thing is, how are they doing on social media? We're going to get back to social media. If it's cute outfits, outfit of the days, coffees, by God, if they're sharing a candle, they can share a warmer. boutique clothes. I wrote all kinds of stuff down. A food haul, how they're cleaning their house, fun activities that they're going to go do, things like that. And not necessarily with their kids. Y'all, I'm a mama and I want a baby so bad. If I could squeeze my daughter the hardest that I could without hurting her, I would. That's my little thing. She's just my little, Aaron too. I'm that way with Aaron too. If I could squeeze you as hard as I could, we'd be in trouble. But I don't actually put them in a lot of my stuff. I do. I share my baby, and my baby's 5. I share my baby, and I share my other baby, and I share my husband. But I share Scentsy. I share when I'm exhausted. Y'all, I look exhausted all the time right now. I share like my cup of coffee in the morning. Like, I don't know. I float around. Social media can be hit or miss sometimes for me. But if that's what they're doing, if they're in their stories and they're in there pretty often, or if they're posting photos of cutesy things, that might be a really great recruit. And the reason why I'm saying these things, the reason why I'm pointing these things out, I have teammates who post everything but Scentsy. And I've texted them. And again, I can be this leader sometimes. And I think they're like, whoa, I think it catches them off guard. But because I feel like if you like see me somewhere out in public, I've got the like, don't talk to me face. But then I get told by everybody, you're just so nice. And I was like, I try to be. I really do. I really do. Prego Amy is not the same Amy when I'm not Prego. I don't have a filter. But you'll share that candle, but you won't share Scentsy. You make a commission off of Scentsy. That candle company ain't paying you jack diddly squat. You'll share that pretty cup of coffee, but you won't share the amazing coffee scents that we have with Scentsy. Our coffee company ain't paying you jack diddly squat, but you are free marketing. I kind of get that way when somebody texts me and says they don't know where to go with their Scentsy business and they're lost. Again, y'all, probably not the best way to go about it, so be a little more gentle. But I have had my moments where I'm like, well, it's like you shared your coffee today. And I send a thumbs up, like, good job. But that story could have been Scentsy. That story could have been getting ready to get my Scentsy on or something. Yes, you can share your mug of coffee with a caption that says, getting ready to get this day started, who's ready to make their house smell amazing. I don't know. But it's like the people that are like that are scared they're the ones that are like, I don't want to beg people to buy. I'm going to be the umpteenth leader that says this. This stuff sells itself. I'm trying to stare at it and find it all. All my stuff right here is like earned stuff, so I can't show it on here. But like, this is a fragrance flower that I colored. This stuff it sells itself. Like, I don't have anything else floating here. I put everything away because I cleared out my space, so I cleaned it all up. And I don't want to show that because that's like my display, but it has stuff on it. It makes it look like I have stock, and I don't. That's just a display. That's a display. But it sells, like, I swear to goodness, that stuff's empty. It sells itself. Begging people to buy. Yeah, I don't beg people to buy. I don't beg people to buy. I literally will share something on VIP or stories, or I will do my follow-ups. When you do your launch party, you're not begging people to buy. You're begging people to support. Nancy may not have the money to buy, but her sister-in-law, Cheryl, may be like, psh, girl, give me that link. I love me some Scentsy. You don't know. But I will say, when it comes to forming a leader and helping a leader, you gotta point out, well, you're sharing your coffee. It looked really good. You know, like, I'm trying to find nice ways to say it, y'all, because you got to be nice. And I get told all the time that I'm a super nice leader. But then when I ask for feedback from my team, they're all like, no, you're great. It's me. And you can only do so much. You can't make anybody work. But help them. I can't tell you how many times I have teammates. I want to be like you. I want to do what you do. Y'all, my success with Scentsy has things that make me feel successful are hard to connect. We live in the middle of nowhere. So we don't have a Target near us, but we have Walmart. Oh God, we have Walmart. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on here. I don't want to get in trouble about bringing up a company, but when somebody walks up to me and says, "Hey, you're the Scentsy lady," I have had that happen multiple times, and I'm like, I am, and they'll be like, "I've been watching you on stories. I've been watching you. Like, my sister-in-law added me to blah blah blah, or on Instagram or whatever." And I'm this person too. How am I supposed to know that? If it's not on my VIP, how am I supposed to know? And I'll be like, "You should have texted me, girl. I can drop off samples for you. I've got something in my car. I will gladly, like, let me spoil the snot out of you." So that's not, and I say that happens all the time, but I try not to go to Walmart, so it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. So that is one of the things. Social media. I want to get away from social media because I've got more topics, and I'm like trying to keep this under a certain amount of time. Are they part of another direct sales? Now, we do have compliance rules. Please go dig out compliance rules, y'all. I'm not going into that on here because if I go into compliance, somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong, and then it's going to turn a whole mess. Be careful. This can be tricky. Be careful. Don't come at me and go, "But Amy told me to." No, I'm giving you ideas. If the ideas don't work, it's okay. Guys, it's okay. If this doesn't work for you, I'm here to give a whole another viewpoint. I did a direct sales business way before I had HG, and we had a home, and we had where we are now. We were so we were so broke. We were so broke that direct sales business put me in debt. If you're going into debt with Scentsy, we need to figure out what the heck's going on, because Scentsy doesn't have the same type of options that company has. You do not have to keep inventory. Don't you be getting inventory. Don't you be spending bill money on Scentsy. If you're putting Scentsy on a credit card, that's your choice. Just saying. So, do you see that they're in a direct sales business? Do you see that? Because if you're talking to so-and-so in a party, say they're in a party, and you text them like a quick little follow-up, like, "Hey girlfriend, we're planning on closing the party." Aaron hates it whenever I say girlfriend. Hey friend. He hates it whenever I say hey lady or hey girlfriend. Like, "Hey friend, we're working on so-and-so's wish list. Let me know what you're loving so that we can start you a wish list." Blah, blah, blah. Like, I have all kinds of verbiage. So they pop a order in. They text you back an hour later, "I put in an order." This is like, you're on a high kind of thing, because somebody's gonna be like, "That'll never happen to me." It does. It will. But they text you back, "Hey, I put an order in. Also, I sell blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in a party?" I'm this person. Don't always follow Amy, but I can be this person. "Oh my gosh, I love blah, blah, blah. I wish I had known. It's not on your social media." If you sell Scentsy and somebody looks at your page and they can't tell that you sell Scentsy, change it. So, with that being said, if they are not sharing that direct sales company, it could be for multiple reasons, y'all. It could be for multiple reasons, but shift the conversation. You don't have to say yes to a party for them. Some people won't do other direct sales parties. My people just don't buy from them. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but ask them some of the questions. If you don't ask, how you gonna know? Like, oh my gosh, I hope you love it as much as I love Scentsy. What made you join? Ask them a couple of those questions, because the one thing that I get asked the most with having the conversation about joining is, what's my minimum that I have to meet? My answer is Scentsy's minimum or Amy's minimum. They're two different things. They're two different things. I love my hobbyists. I love my hobbyists. We have lots of hobbyists on this group. I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm over here calling anybody out. But if you're a hobbyist, you're probably not watching this. That's okay. I want this to be for leaders. I want other leaders to see that. I want other people to see that we can run our businesses all differently, but I also want someone to be able to maybe get something from this. I like I said, I love my hobbyists, but I am not here to recruit a hobbyist. I want to recruit leaders. I want leaders. I want people that want to love on this and get this. Y'all, I can't tell you how many times I have to tell my team, which I'm on my team page now, but this will be on YouTube. I don't buy Scentsy. I do not buy Scentsy. Unless it is a licensed item, I don't buy it. My Scentsy paychecks, I put 10% back into my business from my Scentsy paychecks. And that 10% is not always a Scentsy product. It very rarely is a Scentsy product. It's my business supplies. It's postage. It's printer stuff. It's bags and things to create pretty little things, because I do like to make things pretty. Don't spend all your time making things pretty, but I do like to make things pretty. So there is no, other than your kit, there is no real upfront cost. 10% website. I have a Tip Tuesday today popping on my thing. If you don't have a website, we need to talk about why. Because $15, it's what, a $50 order, $60 order, and it pays for your website. Anyway, that's a whole nother train. So with that being said, like, go back through your teamies, who you've recruited, who we're going to recruit in the future, and look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Hey friend, I've seen that you haven't shared Scentsy in a bit. You know, it's okay to ask what's going on in your life. It's okay to ask that. And if somebody says none of your business, okay, cool. Cool. I'm one of these people too. If you're going to post prayer requests, God knows why, cool. You know, that's fine. I get it. Not everybody needs to be in everybody's business. Totally get it. But if you're gonna post the coffee, post the Scentsy. If you're gonna post your outfit of the day, post the scent of the day. Y'all, that's not me. That's me seeing who I want to recruit as a leader, who's working as a leader, who's here, who can I not only, and this is holding myself accountable too. This isn't just, oh, I need to recruit all leaders. This is holding myself accountable too. It's important. So I have no idea if that helped anybody. I got to get off here because I've got a coaching call here in a bit. I don't know if that helped anybody, but when you're recruiting somebody, if they hit shooting star, leader potential. Even if they don't hit shooting star, they're still leader potential. But I'm just trying to give you guys tips on who's leader potential. I did not join Scentsy to become a leader. I had no idea. I had no idea about Scentsy. I knew nothing. Never used Scentsy. I had never used Scentsy before I joined. Nobody ever asked. Nobody ever put a sample in my face. Nobody ever put a warmer in my face. I'm always going to ask because I didn't get asked. And I wasn't supposed to. And I get that. I started Scentsy at the right time, and it built at the right time, and that's amazing. I love the fact that my team and my okay. So anyway, I'm trying to end this. Amy, end it. So if you have questions, y'all, please message me. I am on Facebook. I am on Anchored. I am on Wax Nerds. I am on YouTube. Please message me. Let me know. If you didn't like this training, I take criticism pretty well. let me know. It's okay. It's okay to tell me, Amy, that didn't really help anybody. But I want to be able to have a different viewpoint on things. If you feel like I needed to do more on one topic, I'm reading through this, one topic than the other, then just let me know. I would love to help. I would love to elaborate more. But I'm here to build leaders. I'm here to build a team. I'm here to build leaders. I want my babies to only know Scentsy. This one, I hope, only knows Scentsy. HG pretty much only knows Scentsy, but she does remember the other job that I had because I still talk to my coworkers. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a good Tuesday. It's sunny here in North Carolina, so finally, yay. It's chilly, but that's okay. So, I hope that you guys have a great Tuesday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.